Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to the run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. We are almost towards the end of 2025, everybody. I hope you all are having a fantastic week here. Only 2 days left, pretty much today and tomorrow, and that is it. So hopefully we end this year with a bang, and thank you all very much who made 2025 such a great year for the channel. And also welcome all new members to the Mosh Pit. It's great to have you here. Here's your meme/picture of the day. Very on point here, and very punctual by Jens, of course. Jens Eric Anderson on the Invicta subreddit. Top throw was Happy New Year, Mosh Pit. And Jens, he always does an amazing job with his art, although I don't know if the moon is supposed to be Krendor or not. I feel like it is supposed to be Krendor, which kind of makes me mad, but I do love the fact that little Sissy is in the boat and she is just staring up in disbelief about the Happy New Year fireworks. It all looks great here. So thank you very much, Jens. Happy New Year to you. Early Happy New Year to everybody as well. Hop on in. See what we got going on today here. Kane's other eye is not great. Cleezy2Y. Yeah, I don't like Kane's other eye, mainly because it just shoots wherever the heck it wants and is pretty unreliable. The only time you can get any sort of reliability out of it is if you have Brimstone, and that is about it. It literally shoots in random directions, so there's literally no way to control whether it shoots to the forward, to the left, to the right. Just doesn't matter. Get 2 keys here, and I take this as a sign as we're going to get a Tears upgrade right away, which is fantastic for us. Also the Sun card, which we can use for the next floor. We have a bomb, so I'm going to go ahead and bomb this now. I was hoping that we were going to get 5 cents out of there. Kind of broke my own rule there. Usually I always say, what's one of my golden rules of Isaac? Don't ever use your last bomb unless you are absolutely 100% sure you do not need it for the rest of the floor. And I broke it right away and got punished because now we missed a red chest unless we get a bomb here from Lust, which is probably not going to happen. Our active item is going to be Dad's Key, which is going to open up everything and anything, including secret rooms and boss trap rooms, mob trap rooms. Even if we don't have the HP requirements to get into said rooms, we're still able to get out of there. Same thing goes for like double lock shops and vaults and that sort of thing. Get the relic. We haven't seen the relic in a little while. Every 7 to 8 rooms, we get ourselves a soul heart. That was nerfed. It used to be 3 rooms. It got changed to 5 and then 6, and now it's 7 to 8. But it's kind of thinking of like a drip feed for soul hearts. There's nothing bad about the relic at all. It's there to support you every now and then. Just try not to consider it a run saver. And God forbid we get a soul heart out of a tinted rock. Not quite enough to buy another soul heart here, but we are at 4. I'd like to get 1 more here. And you saw me use Dad's keys, so we used it. Get into the super secret room. Nothing going on in there. It's going to be blighted ovum. So you got to get around that corner there on that rock. Otherwise, you will get stuck and you will get hit by the brimstone shot. In other words, don't make the curve too early in this arena here. This is pretty much the only arena that blighted ovum ever fights you in early on. We do, thankfully, get a movement speed. I'm not going to go into the curse room. We could check for 2 cents in here, or a bomb. Wait. Get 1 cent, no bomb, and a key. Well, we tried. I was looking to buy that other soul heart. We're going to last week's question of the episode, coming in from the Cut and Run episode. This one was sent in by Ishoro. We said, question of the episode, what do you think of an active item that has associated passive items that you can find to improve it? I love this idea. Namely, one thing that I immediately had in mind for when I heard this proposal is an item, something like akin to like blacksmith or the blacksmithing hammer or an anvil or something like that. That every now and then if you were to pass on an item, or if you had a secondary function of whatever I'm talking about here, to break an item, like break it down and sort of disenchant it, if you will, then you could get the materials for that hammer to craft a special weapon or a special item, special passive, anything like that that could help out and to help out Isaac, you can craft like a shield, craft like a sword that would be better than Spirit Sword, or maybe craft wings or something like that. I love the notion of a passive item that's going to get better, one that you have absolute control over, and one that is not useless, right? Because something like that would have to be multifunctional in a big way. So you don't want a weapon like that requiring so many bits and pieces to be just mediocre or even mid. You want it to have true power behind it. And it would be different in my mind. It would be different than the Bag of Crafting, but I do love that idea of just having an active item that's paired with its own passive items, or even if we want to ignore that fact and go for a little bit more interesting play, it gets better with a certain type of item, like metallic items, for example. I think that would be interesting. We still have no bombs, by the way. I don't know why bombs have been such a big problem here. We could bomb for a nickel and donation machine, but there's honestly nothing really to buy in the shop anyway. Gonna be gurglings. Need to be careful of how Cain's Other Eye fires here against charging enemies, because it can inadvertently make them go faster towards Isaac, as you just saw right there. And of course, the yellow champion gurglings charge faster than anything else in the game, other than, I think, Yellow Chub. When we get him down, we do get an HP upgrade and a shot speed upgrade, which is good because our shot speed sucked, and we get an absolutely 0 meaning devil deal, and we're just gonna head on down, dog. Like a little bit of a waste of a sun card there, but can you do? Yeah, we could have taken the quarter, but with us having only 1 red heart HP, it's hard to convince me to take something that we can just simply collect from other sources, like pennies, for example, if they actually drop. One thing that we have not had any problem at all on so far has been keys, and that's no surprise considering we have Dad's Key, which eliminates the need for keys to go into item rooms and stores, or even vaults or something like that. That right there is why you have to control your outgoing damage. Notice how I stopped firing on that bomb spider immediately because I knew it was only 1 hit from death. And that includes, but is not limited to, making sure your familiars also are not firing a willy-nilly style. Big champion nub right here. Gonna back up. There we go. I don't know if the secret room's in here or not. Figured I'd try. Game does not give you any kind of audio signal that you open up the secret room if you use it with Dad's Key. Or if you open it with Dad's Key, I mean. That was the secret room there. At least the super secret room. There's a half-price soul heart here, but man, do we need a bomb. I wouldn't mind getting card reading, as that would help cut down on a lot of the exploration time and need. Let's see if this is the super secret room, which I do believe it is over here, and it is. And there's no bomb, but we're very close. We got to get to 18 cents for us to get both card reading and that soul heart. Right now the priority is going to be card reading, though. So we have a little bit more work to do. Yeah, I hope everyone is getting prepared for a very fun tomorrow night if you're going out and partying. I definitely won't be going out and partying because I never do. But I will be streaming, however. So if you got no plans, you want to spend New Year's Eve with the mosh pit, well, you know where I'll be. Might even be the first time I try a multi-stream. Who knows? Maybe I'll try to set it up before then. into the bedroom. It is a clean bedroom, but again, we have no bombs. We are 1 cent away from the card reading, and we are not going to get it. Get the lucky rock, which normally I'd be pretty stoked for, except that, you know, we don't have any bombs, so we have no way of actually triggering it. But if you don't know what the lucky rock does, it's a trinket that gives you a chance to get a coin every time you destroy an environmental object. Specifically rocks, but you can also get them from other things too, like mushrooms and skulls. Just got to get lucky. Which I don't know if you've been watching me over the last decade or so, but you should know that I'm very, very, very unlucky. No time. We got no time to be wasting on finishing a useless boss trap room or mob trap room or whatever trap room. Cheeky little dodge there. Saw that the schmoove was coming and had to shoot the gap as fast as possible. Okay, so I mean we have enough to get card reading. Now it's just a matter of, can we get the other 3 cents to get that cheap soul heart? Or alternatively, we could just get rid of this red heart, assuming that we get a devil deal here, which we probably won't. But you never know. Broken remote, I mean, I can be convinced for some teleport meta. You know me. Old Husky. Old Husky. So getting Stigmata was a great upgrade for our damage. We need more, though. Need more tears, need more everything. Movement speed is also going to be kind of needed here. Not as much as damage. Speaking of damage, we get our obligatory 1 hit from the boss. And we do get range and tears from Mr. Dolly and no HP to back it up. Oh, man. You can't turn down the wafer here. As much as I would like to wish and hope we could. I'm going to take Broken Remote because I don't have any faith in the broken, or in the shiny rock. Soul Heart in here somewhere. Ah. The spot that we need you guessed it, a Bomba. I think now we're going to be forced to have to walk over here. I really don't want to do this, but we just got the wafer, so it's only going to cost us half of a soul heart instead of a full one. You get our Bomba. Grab card reading, and I still don't know where the secret room is. I used Dad's key because I thought it was south of here, but obviously it's clearly not. So this one and only one bomb, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bomb our way down into the clean room. It's guaranteed a crawl space, and let's see what we can get. We do get a black market, okay, so that's going to give us an opportunity to get rid of our red heart. This is exactly what I wanted, minus the random greed fight, the super rare greed fight, by the way. There's also a demon judgment in here, so we could be looking at a big time play, but we gotta get past greed first, and this one is a spawn happy one. His rate's starting to get on point. And obviously the first thing that we take here is going to be Mom's Key. Our bomb back, okay. Grab this random soul heart. I believe that came from the relic. And let's just see if we can get a cheap payout here from the demon judgment. We have to go all the way back to the boss room just to get these hearts. And I don't know if... excuse me, I don't know if this is going to be worth it. Shame that Mr. Dolly didn't drop us any soul hearts at all. But what can you do? I'll do this for 2 more taps. Actually, you know what? No, I won't. I'm over it. Wouldn't have paid out anyway. All right. I'm going to grab Mom's Key. And Mom's Key is going to go great for us with us needing bombs. That's going to make all chests yield more items. Got our 3 soul hearts back, so we're Gucci on that. So really well-timed black market here, and I'm glad that I decided to go in here. You might hear a skip in the audio real quick, everybody, because I'm going to pause the recording and go blow my nose. All right, sorry about that. Had to go blow my nose. So we do get a red portal here. This being our first floor of having card reading. Honestly, I was ready to be prepared to be mad. I was pre-mad at anticipating that mushroom being a bad gas mushroom as soon as that mega bomb went right towards us. We made the dodge, but we couldn't dodge the bad gas mushroom, and I was actually pleasantly surprised that was not a bad gas mushroom. Which is why I always say expect the worst. Especially as a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, because, man, at this point, there are no expectations. There's just none. I'll give you, those of you, I don't know how many of you out there even bet or even care about sports betting or not, but if you actively participate in it, I'll give you some free money. You ready? You ready? Bet on the Carolina Panthers. It's a guaranteed win. Those of you who don't know, I do a football podcast with Krendor and a few others, and I will be locking the Panthers over the Bucks. That's how confident I am that they are going to beat Tampa Bay for the very, very terrible NFC South. And for those of you who don't follow American football, then none of that means anything to you. Which I say, honestly, you're probably better off just being blissfully ignorant. Because football is maddening when you're a fan of a bad team. Okay, well, at least you're trying Remote Detonator. If you're wondering what's going on, by the way, Remote Detonator, or the broken remote, I should say, is the trinket that we have, and it will teleport us every single time we get a full charge and use it with our active item. What I'm trying to do right now is just get teleported to like the item room or the shop or something interesting, but yes, it has other plans in mind here. Okay, we went backwards. So there is obviously a boss trap room here, which means that we can get in there and bypass the HP requirement with Dad's Key. Gonna be doing that for sure. Now remember, we have Mom's Key. So that means that we can get, hopefully, more money and stabilize on bombs. I'm gonna drop the broken remote for now because I don't want to get teleported here. Hoping there's gonna be mapping, but not. I was late on that dodge there. And we get leprosy, which is definitely an item. All right, so I'm going to use Dad's Key to get into the boss trap room, and it's a range upgrade, so we're just going to ignore that. So now what we're looking for is something like How to Jump, which is an insta-cast, insta-use, no cooldown required active item. Would help us greatly by skipping a large portion of the map. I mean, we basically just spam teleport until we get into the boss room, or you can see the secret door here. Until we get taken to the boss room. Plan anyway. You relic giving us again another soul heart here at random. Have a risky dodge there to walk in front of that shot, but I thought I'd Thought we had the movement speed, and we barely did. All right. Another red portal, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. It does take us right to the boss, and it's a lot easier to explore a map when you're working from the boss room backwards. Because most of the time, the item room, or at the very least the shop, is relegated pretty closely to where the boss room is. So we can reliably get back to we can reliably get to where the other rooms that we want to go to are on the map without having to sacrifice too much time or exploration. And in a crazy opportunity here for us, we can still make boss rush if we get lucky. As you see here, our damage is really not impressive at all. So we need to get that under control. We haven't used Wafer yet really for much of anything. Currently, anyway. We get another angel deal. I'm going to take Seraphim only because it now contributes towards the Seraphim transformation, and we could use the extra damage. But trust me when I say it's definitely not the item that we were hoping for. So it's 18 minutes and 14 seconds of this run. We have to beat Mom and walk into the boss rush room by no later than 20 minutes. Sharp plug is interesting too here because that would allow us to recharge Dad's key pretty much over and over again at very little cost to our HP. Sloth here. And I don't want to give up this item room, but we may have to if I want to go and get boss rush. It took us to the super secret room, but I think that's we're gonna have to make a decision now. A lot of things have to go right for us to get boss rush. You're going to have to get to the next floor on time, beat Mom, and get it. And on top of that, we have to get a red portal if we want a chance. And we didn't get one. So now the only opportunity, well, here's the item room. Now the only opportunity we can get in there with is Mama Mega, because Dad's key unfortunately cannot open the boss rush room. Although I think it should, honestly. I'm not just saying that because we're in this situation here. Now touch it just for the bookworm transformation, but man, these item rooms have been pretty rough. The north is a dead end. Do you think, here's my question to you all, do you think that Dad's key would be considered too powerful if when you used it, it unlocked all locked entities in the room, not just doors, but unlocked locked chests, including like stone chests and red chests, mega chests? Do you think that that would be considered too strong? Is that too much in the player's favor for Zombolis? Let's see, we do this. That we have plenty of bombs. Wait, no. Done goofed. I done did goofed. Yeah. Should have gone over to the other side. But it doesn't really matter, though. Usually like to try to make a play for those skulls. Try to get a heart. Gonna drop the remote detonator to save us 2 keys. Now that we have plenty of bombs, we could be a little frugal with our usage here. And this is a non-XL floor, by the way. Want to point that out like I always do. But I can't be bothered with this room. All right, we are not skipping a shop here. We do get a Joker card, which is great. There we go. All right. So far, 2025 is going out with a whimper here. Not at all impressed by a lot of the items on this run outside of our tiers upgrades. And the wafer, of course, but the wafer doesn't help our offense. It would have been so perfect, too, had we gotten a red portal, because we could have easily just teleported out with the full charge on Dad's key. We go. And a Krampus fight. Great. Well, at least we didn't waste a Joker card on this, but man. This is something right here. I'm resorting to bombs because our damage really is terrible for where we are in this stage of the run now. Hold on to the Joker card, and I think I'm just going to take the Polaroid. We do need damage, but I do not trust this run. Going down to Shoal and fighting Stanley, no thank you. We do get a red portal here. By the way, if we skip out on the red portals or any portals in that first room, we immediately lose it. So if we walk out of that first room and we start any new floor with, the portals will disappear forever. But this just showing you the power of the red portals, basically just deleting all the floors or all the rooms in this floor and letting us go straight to the boss is really, really powerful. Albeit an unpopular way to play, but I do love me some teleport meta, as everybody knows. And this is one way to make it a little bit easier on you when you have a struggling run. And not that we're truly struggling here because we have so much HP, but you know, it's just a low damage or low DPS run. More money here. See where this secret room dumps us out to. I have a feeling started on the right side. Might be to the left. So now the fun begins. We can start using Sharp Plug and Dad's Key to teleport and zip around the level. If I wanted to, we have the wafer, so it's not that big of a deal. And no, unfortunately, we don't get free taps if we've triggered the Polar Invincibility. Although it is nice having a way to shed that red heart HP. We really don't need it. In lieu of us going into getting to where we need to be. If the boss room wasn't here on this go, I would have tried somewhere else in the level. But we did get the boss room. And we have one final chance for a Joker, and a Devil Deal, but that's just the kind of hilariously bad part about this run is the fact that we've had a Devil Deal precedent, or at least we tried to get a Devil Deal precedent. We could have taken it on floor 2, and we've so far pretty much failed all of them in one way or another, whether there be a Krampus fight or just bad itemization. We can use the Joker card right now, and it's going to take us to an Angel Deal. Use the Juice finally gives us a little bit of damage. Range we already had pretty much wrapped up, and yeah, we're just going to head on up. And this is where you want to get those red portals, baby, and we do so right to Isaac. And just look how much of this level that we just didn't have to do. But I do love me some teleport meta. Whether by way of spamming the teleport bar with, or spamming the teleport function with our active item, or going into actual portals thanks to card reading. What? Okay, we're taking a little bit. I know our damage is trash, but our DPS is trash anyway, but not taking damage. What was that? I see those shots from Seraphim kind of pushing Isaac downwards, just due to the nature of heat-seeking tears. Right there was the case of Isaac reading our inputs. We do get him down, and let's just see if we get a red portal here to kick off the chest. Be very nice if we do. But we don't. All right, Polydactyl. 2. Get 1 usable item out of there. I will take Polydactyl, but man, that's a bummer. Fortunately, there's no fortunately, there's no chest in the secret room, as that would have been a guaranteed secret room item. That goes Chubb. Thank you very much, Relic. Pick up the heart. Now let's see if we can go anywhere cooler. This looks almost like it's trying to be where the boss is. This one's not. Hey, there we go, baby. There's that. We were closer towards the bottom of the floor. And it started, the little costs of the HP there were getting up. But thanks to Sharp Plug, we're able to spam the Dad's Key, therefore being able to spam teleport with the broken remote. Man, we are getting hit by some gnarly shots here. Tech at the very, very, very end It does help, definitely, for sure, but we definitely could have also definitely done it, definitely, without Tech X. Ow, okay. Be like that, huh, Blue Baby? He almost tried again. There we go. So we're going to put a merciful end to this run. That was, I mean, look, it was going to be a painful run without being able to teleport around like that. So I'm very glad that we ended up getting that black market, getting card reading as well. And shout out to Dad's Key. Honestly, Dad's Key did a wonderful job for us. I capped off with a nice combo, the Wombo combo with Sharp Plug and Broken Remote. So thank you for watching, everyone. Like I said, Happy New Year's Eve. And for those of you who are going out or going somewhere, just be safe on New Year's Eve. And I look forward to seeing what 2026 brings for the Mosh Pit. We only have only like a couple weeks left before Mugenics comes out, which is obviously going to be another huge staple of the channel, which I'm very much looking forward to in February. And thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like thanks to patrons of mine like FaZe David, Mark J. Cameron, Diggy J Man, and Fade Link. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Invicta.